Hi, I'm Sophie, one of the careers consultants. So, welcome to our third presentation in our Get Careers Ready series. If you've not already checked out our Get CV Ready or Get Interview Ready videos, make sure to watch these in our YouTube playlist. Get Network Ready will take you through some of our best top tips around professional and social networking. As a result of COVID-19, many things about the way we work and interact have changed rapidly, and networking is no different. We'll help you navigate the new networking online and highlight some key things that you can do now to ensure that you have the best network possible. So today we'll be talking about networking in particular during COVID, and we'll do this using our career tags of be curious, be connected, and be courageous to see how these work with networking. In the session, we'll cover the purpose of networking, finding opportunities to network, some top networking tips, and building confidence in networking. Take a moment, first of all, to think about your own network, both those that you're physically connected to and that you're remotely connected to. If you were to draw a circle and add in close friends and family, this would be your close network. If you then drew a wider circle around this and added in your other people that you knew, who do you think you'd be putting in that second circle? Possibly tutors, academics, school friends, peer support colleagues, student reps, new friends perhaps. If you then drew a wider circle around this and you added in your social media connections, well, suddenly you have your own very powerful network of people that you can connect with for various reasons. So, realizing now that everyone already has a network, and whenever you spend time with anybody, you're actually networking, we can start to think about what networking in a professional context might be. So, professional networking is about learning from others, listening, asking questions, understanding, connecting, and sharing. And looking at networking through the be curious lens, it used to be said that everyone is on average 6 or fewer social connections away from each other. Think about the phrase a friend of a friend, which connects two people in a maximum of 5 steps. This is also known as the 6 degrees of separation. However, with the advent of social media, the data experts reduced this back in 2013 to a mere 3.7, and it's now predicted to be closer to 2. So are you really only 3.7 or even 2 people away from finding a connection to someone that could help your career decisions? On the screen now, you'll see a 6 degrees bingo card. And in a moment, I'm going to ask you to pause this video and play the game. You'll see on the card various careers related roles or themes. Let's do the first one together. I'm going to choose works for a charity. So do you know anyone who works for charity? Or do you know someone who knows someone? Think about your connections and do a bit of research around anyone who might have worked for a charity or who can introduce you to someone who has. It might require a bit of thinking about, but can you make a connection from your own network into 6 people or less? Take some time now and see how many you can do. Pause and restart when you're ready. Okay, how did you do? Just think, if you had to create your own 6 degrees card, what would you write on your squares in order to tailor them to your own career interests and goals? So why network? Well, in many careers, getting that inside information is invaluable. It can help you decide whether a career is really for you, and it's much better to be able to ask questions than just read a career profile. You can get the information to help you really target your applications. Find out, why do other people enjoy the type of work or working for that particular employer? And does that fit with what you want for yourself? It's also far more impressive to quote a conversation with an employee rather than a company website, which all other candidates, don't forget, will have seen. On top of this, sometimes making good contacts can actually lead you to finding out about jobs before they're advertised. However, what networking is not about, and you do have to be very careful here, it's not about asking for a job directly. So think about the people you meet and connect with every day, either in person or virtually. Every single day, you're building networks, relationships, and friendships. And networking isn't always formal. Sometimes it's on a coffee break on a course or in between lectures with new friends. It might be meeting someone new in halls or cooking for housemates and their friends. It could be with people you've met on an online class, through volunteering, a university society or activity, through the university peer network, or maybe someone with the same interests online. Almost all networking events are online now due to COVID. So let's take a look at some of the career networking options open to you at this time. Employer skills sessions and presentations. So log into Careers Link to find the latest sessions run by employers looking to engage with students and graduates. These sessions are friendly and often run by graduate recruitment teams. Search for a topic or company that interests you and sign up. Work experience and internships. So we know there are less opportunities for networking at this time. However, CareersLink and websites like Forage are advertising virtual internships. And this is an ideal opportunity to meet new people as well as learning new skills. Volunteering. Visit the volunteering hub at volunteers.manchester.ac.uk. We know during this time how important volunteers and communities are for coming together to support each other. The university website will signpost you to remote volunteering opportunities, projects, and how to get involved. The Student Union has a wide range of events and societies and lots of networking opportunities, from board game nights, socials, and presentations. And if you don't see something you like, you can always start your own. Join a professional association. So there are numerous of professional groups associated with different careers, and often there's a reduced membership for students, so make sure you check these out too. Finally, websites like Eventbrite and Facebook events are a really good way to connect with what's going on or search for something that interests you. A good place to start networking that can support your career goals is attending a Meet the Professionals alumni panel event. Here, a number of Manchester graduates return to share their own early career starts, and these are a really great way to practice your networking skills in a friendly, virtual environment. With the move to online networking, many students and graduates find this easier than the face-to-face setting, or easier than walking into a busy room of strangers. However, there's still some virtual networking etiquette to consider. Depending on the type of event and how organisers have set up the virtual space, you may have to be guided by the organiser. For example, they may only allow questions via chat, or they may do an open Q&A session. They may mute everyone and switch off cameras on arrival. However, if you can, and if you're listening to a presentation, do try and keep your camera on. You'll feel more connected in the session and less likely to zone out, and the panelists will feel more connected with you too. Make eye contact with the speakers to let them know that you're listening, and use positive body language in nodding your head and smiling. It's important to stay engaged and follow the conversation. Show your active listening skills. Switch off any other devices or notifications that may be distracting. And if they offer the opportunity to engage, either through a poll or an activity, then join in. There are usually Q&A at the end of each session, so be courageous and ask a question. Afterwards, connect with presenters via LinkedIn, but don't just send a connection request. Add a note and mention the session, perhaps along with something that you really enjoyed about it. We have a number of videos about connecting on LinkedIn, so do check these out on our channel and career website. If the session has a Twitter hashtag, do comment and mention via Twitter. It's important to be visible. So virtual fairs and online employer events are new. Usually you'd be able to just approach employers at a stand or on campus and have a conversation face to face. This year it's a bit different, but nonetheless, employers very much want to connect with you. If they're at one of our fairs or sessions, then that means they want to talk to you. The same etiquette applies as for alumni panels, but with the employer sessions, it's important to research the organisation and bring along a couple of questions that you'd like to ask. Have a read of the profiles of the speakers, if these are supplied in advance, or if not, try to look them up on LinkedIn and see what their career journey has been. Within the virtual sessions, some interactions are via a chat box, which can seem a little impersonal, but do remember that there's a person really keen to help you on the other side who'd really like to hear from you. Entering a virtual room may be a bit strange, but employers are there to tell you about their company or support you with your employability skills. Some employers offer an interactive session, which could include, for example, puzzle sessions, and these can be really fun. So if you're attending the session, make the most of it and do get engaged with their activity. And for all employer sessions, make sure you're online 5 minutes before the session starts. You don't want to be remembered for being late into the Zoom room. So not everyone is a natural networker, and that's absolutely fine. Introverts often connect really well in networking sessions. Taking the time to listen to someone talking, absorbing information. Don't feel you need to be the loudest person in the room. That's not professional networking. Prepare well. Often when we're nervous about doing something we have little experience in, we can feel very self-conscious. But focus on the other people. People really do like to share their experiences, and it's quite easy to open a question about how they decided on a career, chose a company, or what they like about their job, what makes them stay in their job. There's a list of good networking questions on our website if you'd like to explore this further. It's a good idea to have a goal for your networking session. This helps with a sense of purpose. So, for example, if you're joining an alumni session, your goal could be that you want to have asked a question in the chat box or to have made a connection with a presenter. Bringing a friend along to a session for moral support is good, but don't just chat to them. Your goal is to meet someone new. A good definition of a successful networker is a good listener who likes to ask questions. Virtual networking. Many employers have a great presence on social platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and some are even stepping into TikTok now to promote themselves to students and graduates. Networking over social platforms is a great way to make connections and the right impression, but it also comes with advisory words. If you're building a professional online presence, and we recommend that you do, make sure you lock down any personal sites with privacy settings. You may even want to consider running 2 separate accounts. For example, one Twitter account to follow businesses and employers, and one for personal comments and connections. Some employers do check on social media accounts of candidates for jobs, so being visible but professional is important. LinkedIn is the main networking site for professionals. There are recorded workshops on our YouTube channel, and there's a dedicated session on our webpage about how to build your profile and how to start connecting with people on LinkedIn. So please do take some time to look at these, especially how to add hashtags to your account and start following themes in companies. For example, you may want to follow #graduates, #graduate job, #placements, or #early careers as topics. In exploring LinkedIn, we recommend that you join the University of Manchester's alumni LinkedIn group too, and search for those who've graduated from your degree course. Have a look. What did they do now? How did they get there? One of your goals in using LinkedIn may be to make one genuine connection. It's really not necessarily about how many connections you have, but more the quality of the relationships that you have with your network. And making a connection with an alumni might be for a piece of advice initially, but it could lead to something else much later on down the line. Commenting on LinkedIn posts is a way to build your reputation online. Make sure your comments hit a good tone and that any comments are professional and well thought out. You might want to start by liking posts that you connect with, thanking a person for their insightful comments, tagging a friend you think might be interested. Replace scrolling with adding one comment or thought to what you're seeing and reading, and connect with the author of the post. Making the next step from commenting on someone's post to emailing them can feel like a bit of a leap, and not everyone will respond to you reaching out. So don't be too disappointed if that happens. But over email or messaging, you might want to invite them for a virtual coffee. Keep the first meeting fairly short. Remember, people are busy, so 15 to 20 minutes chat is ideal. Once agreed, you lead the way by sending over the Zoom or video conference link, and then 24 hours before the meeting, send them an email or a message just to say that you're looking forward to chatting to them. Have some questions prepared in advance, but do remember that your first session should not be about asking for a job. You never know when a role comes up in the future. They may just think of you and make a recommendation. Or they may tag you alongside similar posts like social chains. This post received over 70 tags of people being recommended or highlighted so they could see it. There are some really useful blogs on our careers blog, so if you want to explore networking further, then please head over to this site later. Time to set a couple of actions for yourself. Networking during COVID has brought changes in networking, and with a more competitive job market, networking really can give you an advantage. So some things that you can do. Think about your goals, write down your own 6 degrees bingo card, research your area of careers interest, create a strong digital professional image, find events that interest you, follow online topics that interest you, comment on posts, share an article, write an article or a blog, endorse or recommend a friend on LinkedIn, and think about who you can help. Remember, networking isn't always about finding people to help you, but also thinking about who you can help too. Start helping others and your network will certainly grow. People are very motivated to help those that have given time to others. So do have a think about what you can do for others too. For example, if a friend of a friend asked you to speak to someone who was thinking about doing the same course as you're doing or coming to Manchester, would you be happy to help? Would you happily give them 15 minutes to talk through your own experience? Would you enjoy doing this? It's just talking, it's just connecting. I hope you enjoyed our session today. If you haven't already, please do follow us on social media. This is a really easy way to keep up to date with more of our career videos, talks, and events. Bye.